A state agency in crisis, from attacks on staff landing victims on injury leave to out-of-control fights. Residents punched, kneed, even kicked in the face. Security overmatched. Planning so short-sighted, the state's juvenile detention center had to block new inmates.
How do you respond to those people that are most closely tied to this juvenile justice system saying that you're not doing your job?
Employees, state legislators, and the governor's own appointees are lining up to call for DCYF to change its leadership. Fox 13's investigative team has told you about the drugs, the riots, and the overcrowding there.
Tonight, the head of DCYF sits down with Fox 13's Matthew Smith to defend his job as his supporters dwindle.
I made a decision that was about safety, and I'm going to continue to make decisions that are focused initially on safety, because I can't run therapy without safety.
It's the head of DCYF defending his job. In the months leading up to this rare sit-down interview, Secretary Ross Hunter is painting himself and his agency into a corner.
This is a problem that arose over time.
In court, DCYF has lost battles after it tried to move young adults ahead of schedule. Then they settled a lawsuit with 13 counties that were fed up that the agency had closed its doors to juvenile inmates, forcing those counties to scramble for solutions on a single day's notice. Each move made to clear an overcrowding crisis. But this never-before-seen security footage obtained by Fox 13 shows just how dire the situation is. This is Green Hill, the state's juvenile detention facility for its oldest inmates. And this didn't happen overnight. Some of the videos you see here date all the way back to the beginning of the year. One man, a former staffer, was so fearful of retaliation, he would only speak on a condition of anonymity. Even his voice had to be changed.
I slowly saw it start to deteriorate, but now basically it's just turned into a runaway train with no brakes, just straight downhill. I don't know what happened. It just became comments of, you knew it. That's just the job you signed up for. No, that's not the job I signed up for. I didn't sign up to facilitate drug use in a correctional facility. I didn't sign up to be forced to take abuse.
And he isn't alone. More than a dozen current or recently employed staffers spoke with Fox 13, each on a condition of anonymity, each painting a picture of a workplace they fear, describing riots, daily assaults on staff, and frequent exposure to dangerous drugs. But leadership knew that. Their own surveys showed that 60% of staff feared for their safety. That's nearly 3 times the national average. And while national standards indicate that Green Hill should top out around 150 inmates, the state deemed the facility was safe for 180, a number it surpassed and remained above 13 months prior to ever admitting it was in the midst of a crisis.
Your own numbers say 180 is the safe number, so why not make those moves sooner? I mean, I didn't come up with the 180 number.
No, I came up. Right,
you all did.
I mean, we did. We looked at the numbers and said, this is the number that this system is designed for, that we can operate safely. Can we operate a little bit over that? Yeah. Can we operate a lot over that? No.
But this is how they were operating months earlier. A staff member approached, punches rained down. She goes into the fetal position. Nearly a dozen blows land before the older inmates step in to rescue her. It's video never seen by the public until our team obtained it.
There's a level of tension that's palpable when you walk in. You can walk in and you know something's going to happen that day. It's very legitimate, and staff are scared. My biggest fear is someone's going to get killed.
But staff and inmates are often the victims. Watch as just one lone worker is on a wing with 8 inmates. 2 individuals approach a third and just begin wailing on him. Chaos erupts. Suddenly, 4 inmates are kneeing, punching, and kicking yet another young man. That staffer? Well, her only option is to back away and call for help. Eventually, a second worker appears, but by then a teen inmate has turned a clipboard into a weapon, shattering it over someone's head before he starts to hurl milk.
we're concerned about the safety of a facility that's that overcrowded.
But Secretary Hunter continued to shift blame to counties and courts for not predicting which inmates would be sent his way. He even seemed surprised by an uptick in inmates post-pandemic.
We don't really know how many people the counties are prosecuting.
So you are watching. So if I were to go back in my own news reports and look at like what we were reporting on in the court system and the backlog that was being created, I wouldn't see that there's a backlog of juveniles.
A backlog of court, but when is that? What are they going to do with those? We don't see that.
Probably send them to carceral settings, correct?
Hard to say.
His only admission that he should have warned counties sooner.
And mea culpa for not doing more notification to counties. That's something in hindsight I wish I'd done more of.
Legislators like Mary Leavitt and Travis Couture have seen enough. Both are publicly calling for Hunter's resignation. And with Governor Inslee's overhaul of juvenile justice now on the line, his own handpicked advisory board is urging the governor in writing to, quote, recognize the failure of DCYF leadership and recommend that Secretary Ross Hunter be removed from his role.
When other people in the industry question whether you should be in this position, does that concern you that there was better options out there that could guide this in a better direction?
You know, my job, like I said, I have a hard job. I face challenging decisions. I make decisions based on what I think the right thing to do is, and I'm going to continue to do that.
If you receive that call from Governor Inslee to explain the situation that we're in, do you think you have his confidence?
I came to work yesterday focused on safety, came to work today focused on safety, tend to come to work tomorrow focused on safety.
But here's where we have to tell you it's unclear if a call from the governor will ever come. Governor Inslee never responded directly to his own advisory board. Instead, his chief of staff did. Ross Hunter's name was never even mentioned in that response. The union, meanwhile, is growing tired of all of this. The Washington Federation of State Employees recently filed a grievance with the state, and of course, we will continue our reporting on what happens with that. Now, if you have a tip that you'd like our team to investigate, don't forget, you can easily email us at fox13investigates@fox.com.